put on a nice demonstration for us. I love it when he gets vocal like that. I want to show you, for those, especially for those of you in the back of the theater here who didn't get a chance to see Murphy up close, we're going to put a picture up on the screen of a white-cheeked Toronto because the detail on these birds is really hard to appreciate from such a distance. But what this tells me right here is that nature is packed with art, no doubt about it. And all we need to do is pull back every now and again and pay close attention to the birds and animals around us because the detail, the color is just amazing. I love a nice Picasso, but it doesn't get a whole lot better than that right there from nature. I think it's the best artist I've ever seen before. Murphy is a pretty striking bird. Very colorful, as I said before, but usually, me, when I think about colorful birds, I don't typically think about Torontos. No offense to Murphy, but I typically think about parrots. So I say, hey, if we're going to talk a little bit about parrots, let's talk about the largest type of parrot in the world right now. That's a great place to start. And a pretty nice looking bird to check out right here. In the spotlight up there, you are looking at the largest of the parrots. The name for these birds is kind of hard to say, but it is worth remembering. This is a bird called a hyacinth macaw. Just a little bit of a tongue twister. First thing most people notice about macaws and other parrots are the striking colors that they have, because they have colors that you really just don't find anywhere else in nature. But one other thing, especially on the hyacinth macaw, that you can't not notice, if that's such a sentence, you have to notice the beak on these birds. And that beak is quite impressive. It looks impressive, and also there's a lot of power in that beak as well. Impressive power. Now, some people say there's a couple of 100 pounds per square inch of pressure in that beak. That's a lot of pressure. Well, some people say there's a couple of 1,000 pounds per square inch of pressure in that beak. Now, the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle, but we do know that that's an important tool and a very powerful tool on the macaw. What they use their beaks for, lots of different things. One thing they do a lot of in nature that surprises some folks is they climb around the treetops all day long, socializing, finding food, things like that. But also, once they find that food, they need to get into it. And he's showing you a little bit of how they use their beaks as well. They do have excellent crushing force, and they eat palm nuts in nature. Palm nuts are like little coconuts, maybe like that little, it's not that little, and they're really, really hard. Most animals can't get into those nuts, but hyacinth macaws can do it without much problem at all because they have so much pressure in that beak, and they rely on that to acquire their food source. Acquiring food is probably one of the top things you need to do to survive in nature, so if you've got a powerful beak like that right there, you don't have to share your food source with any other species. If the food source stays healthy, they stay healthy as well, and that's a very important part of their lives. One thing I want to let everybody know is that anytime you come to the Minnesota Zoo, you're helping to save animals like the one you're looking at right now.